Good morning, and I hope you're all alert. I hope that you've understood that the new profile is that we stay alert. It's a good morning on a Monday, and it's week 8. I nearly said Wednesday, that was wishful thinking. So Wednesday, in the month of May, and week 8 for most people of lockdown. So how are we feeling? Don't answer that question. We do have the option of Pilates today. We have a cold north wind, but we have lots of Pilates. Looking forward to seeing who is joining us as you get your equipment on the go. So let me know if you're in the room. Good morning, Susan, all ready and waiting. Great to see you. I hope you're alert. I'm not really sure that the news last night really gave us much more clarity, except we need to stay alert. Lorna, hello there. Lovely to start our week together. And Jane Fox, good morning to you too. The routine this morning will be very much Pilates and very much kind of technique building. Some of the stuff we're actually starting to do now, and the longer we're in lockdown, the more we'll progress this. It's mat work Pilates, and when you come back to being on the reformer, it will make the reformer almost feel easier. Good morning, Margaret. Good to see you here too. So we're dealing with lots of mat work stuff. The primary principles of Pilates are 90% of what I'm really teaching. So good morning, Kay, and let me know if you can't hear me clearly, and I'll obviously do something about it. But Sarah Butler, good to see you too. Oh yes, today is just mat works. There are no real bars, there's no roller, although the Zoom classes will have all of that. Good morning, Ken. Great to see you too. I hope we had a fantastic weekend. Saturday was incredibly hot, and I think Friday was. It's just that I probably didn't see as much sun Friday, but Saturday, we may as well have been in Italy. Oh, I wish. Lots of cycling, barbecues and umbrellas for sun parasols. Good morning, Patricia. Great to see you here. So we can hear clearly. We have a thumbs up, which is great. We can see clearly, I hope. Hello, Donna. Happy Monday. The studio incredibly quiet as usual for these days, and I suspect it's going to be quiet for many weeks to come. Tom Bathgate, oh my word, good morning, darling, and that's very lovely. Glad that you could sign in. Janine, hello there. So this morning's routine, lots of Pilates mats. We will start standing because I don't really know any other way to get your bodies a little bit more mobile and switched on. So if you want to take your position, and the other thing, you can see a blue block at the end of my mat. Because the abs section is quite significant, I think if you'd rather have a pad under your head, whether that's a small cushion, whether you've actually got a blue block, then do so, because it just means you don't put as much strain on the thoracic spine. Hello there, Michelle. Good morning to you. So let's get this show on the road. And to do that, actually I've just realised I need to switch on my secondary system, just in case we have a bomb out of connection. So if you stand, I've also changed the direction of the mat. Someone said on Thursday that actually did make it a tad clearer. So more of an angle deliberately, you get probably a much more 3D effect of me. Soften off at your knees, take a deep breath in and out. You can see the end of your mats or wherever you can see me clearly. Straight forward into the squats. Don't throw the chest down, stick your bottom back. So you're inhaling to lower and lift, exhaling to lower and lift, or you're separating out the breath. Whichever way you are breathing, and you are mindful that this is a Pilates, and you're going to stay alert through the whole of this session. So get your breath going, inhaling and exhaling. See if you can lose that sense of what's happening out in the real world and find yourself in your Pilates world. Using the breathing, slow it down a tad, spread out your toes and become really aware of your feet, the activation of the arches, the fact that your knees don't want to slowly wander in, and that the knees, when you bend and have a quick glance down, you see your knees are level with each other. Next time you go down, stay. I'm not trying to create distress in any muscle group, just a little bit of connection. So now we're going to breathe out and forwards, roll the ribcage part of the spine down. Have a big breath in down there with the head hanging, arms hanging. Push down through your heels, spread your toes and breathe out and roll your spine till you end up on standing position. Just find the squat again. Huge inhale, exhale. This is about you mobilizing your spine, not creating great stress in the big global muscles. Breathe in just here and breathing out, find your seat muscles to roll yourself back up. All right, the next time we roll down, so squat. When we roll down this next time, we'll stay down. So the breath out to bend your back in all the right ways. And then find yourself with your hands down and just onto all fours. Now, if you wanted that as a plank moment, that would have been fine. Otherwise, we're going straight into this all fours position. Tricep dip, just 6 of these, waking up the upper body muscles so that you can utilise them efficiently during the actual workout. You've got 3 more, so breath out and breath in. And again, if you want to flip the breath from what you normally do, then flip it, just don't speed up, but do keep the trunk connection and identify your breath out as your trunk connection. Leaving that alone then, straight into knee hovers, so breath out, spread your fingers, hover your knees and inhale 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4. If you want to slightly push back and forth, again, this isn't to overly stress you, it's to connect you. You're going to do a lot of abs work today, and we're going to increase our ability to do lying on our front and lots of posterior, back of the thigh, upper shoulder work while stabilising the abs. Okay, 2 more moments while you pull back and forth in this hovering knees and then lowering back down. From that position there, just simply come to stand and take your feet. You want to be in turnout. Check that everything's got its line from big toe to big toe. Give yourself a big smile, at least you're in here doing this. Okay, so your core connect, sit back and up. Load your heels and the abdominal area, feel a stronger connection now that you're a little bit further into this warm-up. As you're going down and up here, all I want is a more open hip. You feel as though you're chasing away any stiffness. Nothing should be really grabbing at your seat bones. Everything's more general than that. Go down and stay. In the downwards phase, keep your bottom pulled back and keep your toes spread and your arches lifted. We need to get the inside of the knee muscle. So whatever that means for you, the ability to pull your thighs out wide as you deepen takes everything to the inner thigh and everything to the medialis part of this quadricep group here. So the strengthening of the knees, there should be the side bottom, not the seat muscles, the hamstring that connects the side bum glute med activity is happening here. So you've got inside knee, outside bottom. Everyone stay still for a moment. Check you've got your trunk connection. We're in sumo squat. Pick up one heel to tiptoes, put your hands across your chest and repeat, giving an emphasis to your opposite side. So now I'm working deep into my heel down side. Again, I'm not trying to kill anything. I've just got that real connect through the medialis muscle here and through the side bottom. Keep breathing, inhaling and exhaling, keeping your trunk stability. Remember you have a pelvic floor. All right, we're going to change sides, pick up your other heel, check that everything is as it should be and don't let this roll in. So look at your arch, it has to stay. So the feet are more important than you ever could imagine, and you've got the time to notice what's going on with the side of the bottom, the muscle that leads to the inside of the knee, your arch is active and it's all beautifully being done. Go down and stay, put both heels down, deepen and then side reach, lengthen, hollow the abs, come forwards, front reach, bring your hands to the other side, side bend, big breath in, and then reach forwards, come to the other side. So you're now stretching through the upper thoracic area, side reach, slight side bend, keeping the heels dominant, making sure the muscles that lead to your inner knee and the side of your bottom are being asked to stabilise the form as you do this movement pattern. Here you've got one more to each side. Reach and a side bend and then take the hands to the floor and stretch the legs to the sky. Walk your feet in as we have come accustomed to doing, medial and lateral rotation. Soften off at the knees, let your head hang and find yourself back up to stand. So you're warmed up. Take your position on the mat. Remember I said if you need to have a pad ready. The first position we're being in is seated. So you're sitting up on your sitting bones, Kneecaps are level with each other, and you're going to create a T shape. So arms are T shape, you're breathing in and out. In the seated position to start with, just get the connection with your sitting bones on what you're sat on. So breath in and breath out. Growing tall, shoulders away from the neck. Here, do some small arm circles, if only to remind you that even in a seated position, there's a huge responsibility of the deltoids, that's the shoulder muscles, the upper back muscles, and your arms are long and seated, are long and reaching, and your glute area, your sitting bones, feel as though they're grounded. All right, keep your arms still. Now breathe out and forwards bend, pulling your arms forwards. You now have your arms by your ears. Breathe in and breathe out and go back to T shape with your arms reaching. Breath out, the rib cage bends, your chin nods in and you forwards flex. Breathe in into this shape, keep your feet flat. Breathe out and extend. Inhaling. Exhale, the rib cage bends, as does the chin to the throat. You feel a shortening of the obliques, a rounding of the thoracic upper spine area, and on the next breath out, you're up tall. Now we take it into keep the heels down, backwards lean, arms come together, arms are level, knees level, and sit up tall. Inhale just here, breath out, backwards lean. If you need to do a small pelvic tilt, do so, but try and keep your chest area open and sitting up tall. Take in huge volumes of air so that you can expel in equal amounts. We go up, let's take it to a single breath. So we'll go inhale backwards and feel the breath out, leverage you up. Inhale, back you go, backwards lean, shoulders away from the neck. Exhale, belly button, spine, pelvic floor and oblique wall, up you go. Inhaling and up you go. Transitioning here again, so now we're starting to feel everything wake up. You stay here, get your feet flat. Now the breath out is a forwards bend of the ribs and you flow up, keeping your head down, arms by your ears. Breathe in, breathe out and forwards, backwards roll down again, back into straight spine. Exhale, pull your chin to your throat. Breathe in, exhale, roll up, keeping your seat bones dominant. Breathe, come back down in a backwards lean. Last sequence. Bend the ribs, shrink the tum, roll the rib cage, have a breath in and through to your backwards lean. Waking up now the flexor oblique area, put your hands lightly to the floor. Pick up one thigh and stretch out your other leg. Have a breath in, keep everything really centered. Pick up both legs together and stretch out the other leg. Inhale. As you push the leg away, breathe out to massage and keep the abdomen absolutely tensioned. Exhale, shrink the abs. Inhale, pull your thighs in. Now you're getting your hip flexors and your obliques. So the whole frontal alignment, stabilizing sequence, your core from pelvis through to abdomen to ribs, working for you. Last time. And come back and place both heels down. From there, get both legs straight, sit right onto your sit bones again and have your arms here. We're going to C-shaped spine, so breathe out and bend the ribs. Stay with the rib cage bent, stay with your legs, heels pushing away. Breathe out now and roll back. You keep the bend of the spine as you tuck your bottom under. Stay, halfway down, breathe, exhale and back up again. And we repeat. Move on the breath out. Stay for the breath in. Reverse back up for the breathing out phase of forwards flexing. Inhaling, find your armpits, find your obliques, pelvic floor, pubic bone rolls along with the seat area. And you're getting into the oblique rib cage end now. Obviously if it's too intense, I want you to lie down on your back, ready for the 100 position. Okay, so if this rolling mechanism of what we call the lumbar pelvic rhythm does not work for you, don't do it. Just lie on your back, ready for your 100. You've got one more. This next time as you go down as far as you can, bend your knees, and then more sort of detailed wise, lay the spine back down. So here's where you may want to have a pad under your head, reorganise your clothing to make sure everything's level, and you're straight into then the proper warm-up for the abdominals. Never assume your pelvis is level, people. Have a quick look at where your knees are and walk your feet together to start with. Have your arms reaching as we build up for the 100 position. So inhaling, exhale with the chin nodded, you will roll up, see both thighs together, put both hands to the sides of the thighs and bring those legs up into your tabletop. Pull your thighs tight in, see if you can point your nose to your pubis, and then inhale, down you'll roll, exhale, nod chin, and up you'll reach. Inhaling, down you go, keep looking, exhaling, up you flow. Really, the 100 position is all about you making your breathing muscles connect with you, which we feel as being an abdominal workout. The inner thigh connects and the rib cage part of the spine feels as though it rolls up and down. Okay, staying here, hands behind your thighs, start breathing in 2, 3, 4 and out 2, 3, 4. Keep your gaze down. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, stretch out the legs. Breathing out 2, 3, 4, pull the thighs together. Inhaling up 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling down 2, 3, 4, 5. Now add the beating up 2, 3, 4, 5 and beating arms down 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's in your neck, play with the rhythm where you go up and back down. Obviously the journey up there is the breath out, so it's exhaling up, 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 both seat bones, back of the pelvis heavy, and inhaling, pulling down, down, down. Your arms are strong. Your weight is equal at the back of the sacrum. Your lumbar spine is gently connected to the floor, and your arms and your breath make all of the right connections. Don't forget your pelvic flooring and your exhaling outing. Stay alert. Keep breathing, and you're going to stay up this time. Stay up and hold the back of the thighs. For your next position, bend your right leg in and put hands either side of the knee and lower the other leg down. So you're now into the bicycle position. Stay centered, breath in and exhale, switch. Breath in, pull both knees together, exhale, switch. Keep your head down. Inhale to return the knee to bent. Exhale to extend the leg away. Switch and inhale, holding the knee either side. Exhale and... So both legs are very deliberately strong and energized. Already, because of the warm-up you've done, there should be a strong link between your breath from the hip bones to the under the belly button, to the navel area and to the ribs. Nothing in the back. We're going to add curls to this. So now exhaling, curl and curl. Sniff and push. Sniff. So I'm not rotating, I'm just switching, so there's no twist at the moment, just alternating obliques. If it's in your neck, by all means pull one hand under the head, although I'd switch it after so many. We've just got 4 more. Sniff and push. Last 2. Last 1. And both knees into the chest again. Take the legs back up into straight leg. Once they're straight, curl up. Hold onto the back of your thighs. So I keep saying this and I mean it, because I can visualise you all. If your roll doesn't get you to the base of the shoulder blade, if it's just this, then it's wrong. So hold the back of your thighs, Then bend your legs. So my shoulder blades are not on the floor. I'm going to watch my thighs tap the floor, pull them back up, and go back down again. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, pull them back up again. Inhale, back down. Exhale, rolling spine. Inhale, lower those thighs to get everything working deep in the pelvic bikini area. And shorten the rib to the hip. Lower to a tap and return back up. Exhale, curl with both hands under the head. Lower. Return back. Inhale down, keeping those knees, thigh bones level. Curling, lowering, lifting, and reversing back down. Now it changes. Breath out to curl. Send the right leg away, and then inhale, lower down. Now I'm going to curl over towards the left leg that's bent and away. Keeping one leg dynamically straight and the other leg bent. If you want to hold one hand behind the head, that would be your right hand, because your right leg's straight, and your left hand can hold onto the thigh of the leg that's bent. It's all about you pulling in the rib cage oblique, twisting the ribs, drawing your armpit to the opposite thigh. So this section of this workout is meant to be dominant abdominals. Up you go. And up you go. You've just got one more. Keep tension and energy in those legs. And pull the other leg in. Ready to go the other side. So stretch out now your left leg. Put your right hand behind your head. Keep equal load behind the back of the pelvis. Breath out and armpit towards the thigh. Breathe in and roll back down again. Keep the chin nodded in. You come up, the elbow bends at the side that you're rolling towards. It's not a roll so much as a reach. If you roll, you will roll your hips. If you come upwards and reach over, you'll actually move all the deep muscles here. So breath and breath. Inhaling, drive the pelvic floor, draw the navel to the spine. Stay heavy on the back of the pelvis as you allow the rib cage to come up and roll back down. So one shoulder blade rolls away and returns back down. It's your last one. Well done. And pull your knees into your chest. Now there should be no doubt as to what you just switched on. Place your heels flat on the floor. Don't assume you're level. Look at your knees for being level. Your heels are now under your knee joint. Now if you're a sway back, you'll find it very easy to get your heels so far under that you go into an imprint. So try not to do that. Otherwise, hands are reaching to the floor. You've got your bridge positioning. So breathe in to prepare. And then breathing out, it's a pelvic roll. So tilt, roll, and sequentially lift. Pull your thighs tight together and just hold your shape here. If you need to remove the pad from under your head, then do so. If you're comfortable with there, keep it there. So usually if you're massively kyphotic, in other words, the upper spine's really curved and doesn't shift, then keep your pad there and don't lift your hips as high. In this shape, we're breathing in and out, pulling the thighs together. And by holding your form, you're welcoming in the adductors and the deep abdominal area here to the party. Nothing going on in the lower back. You may feel your quads lengthen, so it's a great knee strengthening exercise. All right, with your next breath out, you will roll back down through the spine, mobilizing it. We'll now go up and down several times. So inhaling, exhale, wait for your rib cage, and then rotate, roll, tilt, whatever you want to see it as. But don't use your lower back. Have a breath in at the top and breathing out. Feeling the lengthening of the spine as you come back down. Inhale at the base. Push with the outsides of your feet. Roll, think pelvic floor, pubis to nose. Inhale at the top there. Breathe. And reversing back down again. A couple more. Inhaling at the base. You should start to get an equality of connection between your hamstrings and your glutes. Inhaling at the top here. And Next time we go up, we're going to go up and deliberately stay up. So here we go again. Recruit, 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 stay alert, do this properly. Now, pull your left leg to tabletop, and you can reach it if you want to tall. Whichever way, put your fingertips on your hip bones as you start to roll your spine back down again. Inhale at the base, breath out, push your knee forwards off that floor leg and float back up again. Inhaling to come down this time, and exhaling to flex the hip bone to the ribs and up. Inhaling down. So now we get quite a contribution from the hamstring of the right leg, or the leg that you're using to push to roll. Keep the other leg as energized as you can. And back down. Last time. Up. And inhaling down, resisting any shifting, twisting of the hip bones, and pull that heel to the floor. Both heels are level. Breath out to roll and elevate to get you set up. Stay here for a big breath in. Breathing out, send the other leg to the ceiling now, so it's reaching and you're going. Exhale for the first one down. Inhale at the base. Breathe out. The feeling of using the other leg to elevate the hip. So my hip desperately wants to twist on this, but I refuse to let it twist. So the hip bones, exhale, they want to drop away from the side of the leg that's lifted. So don't let them. Really push your heel into the floor. Keep your hands on your hip bones. Pull your knee forwards as you go up. So your sense of your left knee pulling forwards as you roll the breath out and find your oblique abdominals. Exhaling, up we go. Inhaling, flowing back down. Exhaling again, find that core tension. Up your roll. Notice that the straight leg isn't wandering all over the place. We have one more. Go on, breathe. Rib cage. It takes so much energy and attention to keep your rib cage a part of the placement, doesn't it, Michelle Scattergood? Okay, people, and that was the last spine bridge. So that's helped your knee strength relationship to your hips. You can have your pad back under your head as we now do a couple more abdominal exercises. So start this up, exhale, curl again. Make sure everything feels level and pull your legs up into tabletop. From here, stretch your legs to the ceiling, okay? And now put your arms up in the air. Lower your arms down and then exhale, reach them up again. Inhale, lowering down. Don't round your shoulders and reach them up. Inhaling down. Exhale. Now this is all in your neck. You can't do it like this. You'll have to do it with your hands behind your head. So it can't all be in your neck. The ideal is that the armpit reaches the obliques as you lift and lower. Now keep your arms down and keep looking at your legs. Lower them away from you. So they've gone as far away as I can maintain a lightness in the lumbar spine. Float the arms away and then exhale, curl and reach both up. Inhaling, lowering away with detail. Exhaling. Now again, if you can't come up and down with your upper body arm position, you can keep your head supported by your hands. And all I can tell you is this movement here is so small and it's all about the breath. So if you're wanting to do arms, it's there. Away and return. Away, it's known as double leg stretch, although you tend to come into bent legs and push away. Into bent legs and push. Into bent legs and push. So somewhere in there is something for everyone, and if you can't get it working, try just pushing out and in with the detail of the pelvic floor and the obliques. So that sense of really reaching from your hips, feel the obliques connect. And if you feel really good, add your arm circle. Again, my concern, because I can't see you, is that you keep it completely relevant to your body type. Last time, whatever you're doing, I'm assuming that whatever you did, it stayed, call that a day, it stayed deep within the hip bones here, all the way up to the rib cage. Yes, your flexors were involved. So we're moving from there. You're going to come onto your hands and knees for a moment, just so that we get a bit of a wake up here. Reposition everything. You still might want your pad for later on. That's up to you. But you're going to hands and knees, and I'm going to suggest we go straight into a chest press. Again, just 6 of these. Getting the upper back working with your breath. Elbows wide. Chest lowers you down. And up. And lowering. 3 more. So you go wide elbows. You remember how we turn the head. That's an option. Freeing up some upper spine. Mobilizing the trunk. And let that go. Your next position is going to be lying on your front. So stretch yourself out. I'm going to use the pad under my head. This next position, the little sequence I've put together is developmental for the people that I know you are at the studio. Try and listen to my cueing. The start places, legs are reaching, legs feel very level with each other. We'll get you upper thoracic connection. So as you breathe out now, keep the bum cheeks tight, pubic bone dominant, toes are pointed, shoulders away from the neck. Keep breathing, and on your next inhale, push the ground away, only to the pelvic position, and then exhale, pull the ground to you again. Just inhale, reach, and breath down. 3 more. As you come up and down, the feeling of the upper back being activated, not the lumbar, and the side bottom will feel pinched in. That's really the switch on moment, okay? Last 2, inhaling down. Last 1, shoulders, collarbones wide open. Chase away the slouching moments of the weekend. From here then, pull your arms by your sides and pull your legs tight together. 2, you're going into your dart. So shoulder blades together, extend the arms, extend the legs, the arms reach down the body, the legs reach away from the hips. Inhale down. Breathe out. Pubic bone, legs tighten together, you reach them away. Breathe in and return back down. Up we go. Now add the head turn to this. So exhale, turn and look over one shoulder. Inhale and down. The back of the thighs are now tensioning. Over the other shoulder and down. Don't crank your neck. Turn your nose away from the ground. Turn the nose back to the ground. Nose away from the ground. Shoulder blades together. Back to the ground. 1 more each side. Turn and return. Last time, palms are tight. Head turns and down you come. Now, bend your legs. Put your fingertips under your hip bones. They shouldn't be on the mat, the fingertips. And then push your legs away, feeling as though your thighs are almost off. Flex. And extend. And maybe draw your legs closer together. So now I want you to feel trunk connection whilst your legs bend and extend. My knee joint is not on the floor. My knees are slightly hovered. It's a discipline. And as you think of the inner thigh, pelvic floor, navel to spine, the hamstring should act. Next time your legs come up, stay. So stay, squeeze your thighs together. Lift one leg a tad more and then the other. It is tiny because your hips are going nowhere. Now flex at the heel. Flex at the heel. So I'm doing the fractional increase through the hams. This is a swimming prep, okay? So now my legs are straight but not on the floor. I'm going to lift, lift, alternating. Exhaling, exhaling. Now, if you haven't got a pad under your head, you would be resting your hands, actually you need your hands where they are, I think. You would ideally probably find a pad for under your head. If you're doing this exercise as I'm describing it and demonstrating it, everything in the length of your hamstring, right the way to the back of your knee, is really working hard. Your lumbar spine feels nothing, and your breathing is working really hard. Okay, let that go. Let's go into another extension position for the upper body. So have your W-shaped arms, and this time take your legs wider, as wide as your mat is. Swan dive prep. So breath out again, push your nose forwards and extend. Inhale and exhale here so you can feel all the right muscles doing what they should do for you. And come all the way down again. Exhale, fire at the glutes, lengthen the legs and extend up. You'll feel an abdominal stretch and coming down again. You just got one more. Breathe. Pelvic floor, shoulders, collarbones. Don't overly push up. You don't want any pinching either side of the hip, rib, back of the lumbar. Next time you come down, stay and see if you can kind of hover like this. Now let both heels come together. I've got my legs abducted. Keep the shoulders away from the neck, know where your pubic bone is, and then reach them away again, as though the thighs are hovering. So we go heels to squeeze together and extend. Heels together and reach them away. The breath in or out just now doesn't matter. The breath does matter. Your shoulders away from the neck. You'll feel your side bottom working. Side glute med area it is. And the pubic bone feels as though it's dominant in terms of there are no hip bones and there's nothing going on in your lower back. Okay, the next time my heels come together, I'm going to pull my heels together, lower down, then exhale as I come up. I'm going to push my legs away without my feet feeling as though they collapse. Inhale, exhale, lengthen the spine, squeeze those heels together. Breathe again and away you go, into swan dive prep. Inhaling, exhale, use your armpit area. One more. Are you ready? Lengthen everything, pull the glutes tight in, and then let that go. Reach your arms away, forehead down, and you're ready for side plank. The stuff we do on the front now matters to me, so that when we come back to the studio, we really will have a much better grasp of lying on the box and of doing a whole series of stuff that's all about your upper back area and your posterior chain, the back of the thigh to the glute. So from here, side plank. Breathe, get your hair out of your mouth, Tanya. So you're going to lift yourself up. I've got my bottom leg bent. It's not bent here, it's bent just slightly behind the other leg, so I kind of know where both feet are. But you're going to lift. Once you've got your lift, reach your arm and lower. Breathe in. Exhale. Now I'm going to suggest you look down as you lower down. You look forwards as you lift up. You look down and forwards. Pull your glutes tight in. So the work you've just done, you should be able to utilise. If you need your other hand to help, that's fine, okay? And if you'd rather just do side lying, then that too is fine. And if you'd just rather do plank, that's fine. But again, trying to develop single shoulder strength. And should we do one more? Okay, and the last one. So on that, nothing was in my shoulder. Everything was in my back of the armpit, shoulder area. Pull your knees in and push yourself to the side. So same principles. You've got your side plank position, elbow under armpit. My top leg is the dominant leg, although my lower shin is a real assist on this activity. Reach your arm, core connect, and feel your hips lift. Usually once you're up in the lifted position, you can reposition and up you go. Inhaling and Remember, as you lower down, you can turn and look down, and as you come up, you can lift up. If it's too intense with your shoulder, then bring it down or put it down by your side. Big breath out, lift. Imagine a chain taking you up and down from the ceiling. So leveraging you up and lowering you back down. Breathe. Refuse to collapse at the shoulder. If you've had enough, stop. Okay, we've got one more. Breathe and let that go. So from that position there, ready for a side stretch to finish off. Get everything level, come to kneeling. Hopefully every part of you feels as though it got involved in this workout this morning, and you should be all on your own journey to getting stronger with a lot of the mat work disciplines. Whichever leg you want is straight, but the kneeling leg, as we know, has to be here. This is simply a side bend, so you're going to take one arm up, reach over, breathe, refuse to collapse at the hip, and then come down, 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 so both hands feel as though they're draping without you having lost your core, and then sweep your arm and come all the way back up. There's benefit from doing it both sides, so lowering over, breathe, exhale, feel the lengthening stretch, pull your pubis forwards, pull your navel to your spine, and once again, it's like this, just forwards rolling ribs, allowing a little bit more rotation and stretch of all the muscles that lead to your hip bone, and then sweep your arm forwards again until you find yourself here, ready for the other side. And again, this is a position that some of you are struggling with your hips. Those that can do it, can do it. It's one of those positions. It's not that anyone's worse than anyone else. It's your posture type that loves some of these positions. And if your posture type hates it, it's actually the position you need, whichever way. So you take your arm up, breathe, shrink the tongue. Push your hand down the side of your thigh until you find it to the floor. Big breath in. Turn the head, turn the shoulders, and drape without tucking your bottom under. So you're still shrinking the abdomen in. Your sense of core connection through all of the oblique. Your ribcage, armpit roll. Then watch that arm go back up, and then follow it up, feeling the lengthening, strengthening of the side oblique. Over we go to the other side. Huge inhale. Exhaling, side bend it, exhaling, turn the head, the shoulders, that's forwards of the armpit, but the hip stays true. And that way you get a massive stretch for some of the deeper muscles that make up the rib cage to pelvic area, your obliques. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Watch the arm go all the way back up again, and then bring to kneeling. And your thigh stretch, here we go. Exhale, arms are going to go back. And inhale, arms are going to reach up. Breathe out. Slice through the air. Inhale and back. Remember, this knee bend really is the knees bend as your trunk stays stabilized. Inhale and back up. So the thighs stay true. Everything's level. Last time. Exhaling, hip, rib, navel, spine, reach back and return. And there you go. You have had Monday, week 8, can you believe it, of Pilates for you. So it's been a great time, and hopefully you've loved doing what you've just done. Well done for being here. Tom's crying out loud. He said I'm killing him. Nothing new there then. All right, is everyone ready to say goodbye? Lots of love to you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for wanting to do this, and for actually, I do believe a lot of you are enjoying it. Emma, thank you. Lovely to see you all. Have a great day. It is a cold day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning, if not before on Zoom. Thank you, Sarah. So tomorrow morning you'll be using a piece of equipment. Have weights ready for tomorrow morning, please. Bottles of water or baked beans or whatever your favourite food is in a tin. None. Thank you, Jane. Lovely and stretch. Diane eventually got there. Well done, Diane. And Patricia. Okay, so goodbye from me and Margaret, as I actually am ready, by Janet, to do Zoom and Carol. Lots of love to you. Please stay well, stay safe, stay active and stay alert. Bye-bye.